The general design category recognizes site-specific works of landscape architecture that exhibit distinction in design, function, context, and environmental responsibility. Receiving honor awards in general design are the Yuyuan Courtyard for Avik Legend by Z&T Studio Landscape Architecture. So elegant, and the detailing is immaculate. There's an honesty and purity about this project. It does a lot without doing a lot. The water feature is lovely. Also, the fabrications and use of materials and new technologies in landscape design to create a work of art. We haven't seen that before. One juror commented, "The relative lack of plant materials gave me a greater appreciation of the plants that are there." Steel Stacks Arts and Cultural Campus for the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Bethlehem by WRT. These are the buildings we used to take down. To celebrate them in a thoughtful design that recognizes the grittiness of the place and finds true beauty is remarkable. It reclaims our industrial past and honors it. More and more of these projects will happen as we start to redevelop and redefine these abandoned locations. Every municipality and state across the country that has dead industrial sites needs to see this kind of rehab. Merging Culture and Ecology at the North Carolina Museum of Art for the North Carolina Museum of Art by Surface 678. Beautiful, fabulous, absolutely exquisite. These were the jury's assessments of this project. The design offers a format that mixes ecology with art, and the art actually talks to the landscape, integrated with an incredible green belt that goes for miles and miles right into downtown Raleigh. Landscape Architecture magazine described how the 28-acre site design frames the art. The farther visitors wander from the galleries, the less formal the spaces become, giving way to a wilder wetland setting, all of which was created to capture, hold, and clean the site's stormwater. Windhover Contemplative Center for Stanford University by Andrea Cochran Landscape Architecture. A public space, yet at the same time intimate, this little gem is exquisite and well-conceived. What a wonderful thing to have on campus. "I feel contemplative just looking at the photos," said a juror. "It brings me there. I can only imagine what it feels like to be in this space." Owens Lake Land Art for the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power by Nuvis Landscape Architecture. After a lot of consultation with tribes in the planning stages, the design team closely studied the environment, recalling what had been there. They then worked with what's there now to mitigate the wind and dust of this dry lake bed. "Phenomenal!" exclaimed a juror. "It's a true cultural landscape that speaks so well to American history." The Entrance Garden for Aliani Havestimentos by Alex Hanazaki Paisagismo. Landscape Architecture magazine described the project as a careful composition of shaggy native flora and clean rectilinear lines that provides a peaceful, meditative area for an events venue in Sao Paulo. Praise from the jury for how carefully the landscape architects worked to bring out the beauty of a small, quiet space. The panel was struck by details like the texture of the wall. Workplace as Landscape, Facebook MPK20, for Facebook by CMG Landscape Architecture. This project was applauded by the jury for the way the team seamlessly integrated architecture and landscape into an organic whole. Landscape Architecture magazine spoke to the uniqueness of the design. Organized around a half-mile pedestrian loop that exhibits the same serpentine twists as those seen in the expansive salt flats it overlooks. Satellite paths spin off, bringing staff to idiosyncratic moments of art and landscape. Central Seawall Project for the City of Seattle, Department of Transportation and Office of the Waterfront by James Corner Field Operations. Here's a major engineering project to bring back the salmon population. And it was a landscape architect who led the team of engineers to come up with an imaginative solution that will have a tremendous economic impact for the city of Seattle. Praise was also heard for the interpretive element. "You talk about landscape architecture and sustainability," remarked a juror, "so to come up with something as beautiful as this is remarkable." Chicago Botanic Garden, the Regenstein Learning Campus for Chicago Botanic Garden by Mik-Young Kim Design and Jacobs Ryan Associates. Many botanical gardens are failing because it's hard to get young people there. To have a place where you can bring kids is really important. Jurors were struck by the exquisite artfulness of the mounds. Their playfulness easily invites spirited interaction, transforming the space into a lively children's garden. The creative gestures of this project present landscape architects as artists. Receiving the Award of Excellence in General Design, Clyde Warren Park, Bridging the Gap in downtown Dallas for the Woodall Rogers Park Foundation by OJB Landscape Architecture. There are so many places in the industrialized world where this transformational project is relevant. It should be shown to mayors and councils around the country. The efforts demonstrate that this kind of investment in the prosperity and livability of our downtowns can, like New York's High Line, be a catalyst for revitalization. If you want to see how to make a park, this is where to go. Open 24 hours a day, it gives tourists, and more important, residents, a reason to be in the Center City. It's a model like nothing else for how to keep downtown cores alive.